Okay, guys, I gotta address this big time because I'm really starting to get ticked off as far as some guys getting being uneducated about what's going on. I'm talking about with our team with the Commandos, and since we're just sitting here talking about my Commando brothers, we're sitting here getting ticked off. Let's just lay it out there right now. As far as this team's here in Jacksonville, I'm not talking about any teams outside of Jacksonville. And also, we're not talking about teams that are in our league, period, too. But since guys and talking about the players too that we played with or played against, and past teams want to talk about the league that we're in. I'll just bring up a couple things too that I know from my own experience too, and really, being on those past teams too and playing teams from the EAFL, I know how it feels being on the losing end. Oh, by the way, because I was with those X-Men teams in 2012 and 2013, like when we had a preseason game. I think it was I think if I'm not mistaken, again, some of my teammates for the Commandos. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was we had a preseason game against the Georgia Bombers. And I know we had struggled that game too, but we won 14-0. And then the next year, we had like an exhibition game, still being with the X-Men. When I was playing with the X-Men, we had an exhibition game against the Glenn County Revolution. We had lost that game. I think it was like 22-8. And then I remember seeing the championship game where the Commandos won the second championship, and they basically blew out Glenn County. So with teams and the players talk about we don't play anybody, and oh, by the way, everybody knows that the X-Men were in the FFA. Again, like I mentioned in past videos, am I talking about this the bash on the X-Men? No. Am I doing the bash on the FFA? No. But as far as you guys want to talk about competition, like I said, I played against those teams myself personally, so I know how it is. And yeah, there's talent in almost every league. Had another teammate too brought up a good point, and I appreciate you, too, Taurus and Willie, for pretty much educating myself as far as, like, for example, too, from teams that are in the FFA right now, were a handful of them for past teams in the SSFL. So it really wasn't like a league that just started up from nothing, and the teams were kind of like in their first or second year. These have been teams that have been playing, for a good bit of years too. And then just to go into the FFA, it was really already pretty well established because, again, those teams have been playing for so many years. So, again, going back to what the guys want to talk about, the Commandos don't play anybody. If you're a player looking at this, go and ask your head coach or ask your owner as far as to set up a game against us, because we're not going to back away from anybody. And then we're trying to figure out, too, being over here on the Commando side, why is it so hard for us to get a game against a team here in Jacksonville, again, besides teams that are in our league, as far as trying to get a preseason game set up. Something you got to think about. And, again, another teammate who brought up a good point that made a lot of sense. And, Willie, you kind of made a lot of sense when you told me earlier today, as far as I can see why, if maybe teams, players, coaches from other teams would talk about, we're the sorry league, okay, but let's say you get a game scheduled, we beat you guys. This makes you wonder. This makes you wonder. And then you're talking about our league and whatnot, but look at the structure right now compared to other teams. I mean, point blank, over here we're getting the job done. And I don't know how many times I got to see my coach talking about Steve as far as opening the door for guys to come on over or whatnot. I mean, when it comes down to it, I mentioned this before, what are you playing for? When it comes to the game of football, I don't care if it's Pop Warner, high school, college, the pros. What it boils down to, what are you playing for? You're just playing for a jersey, all-stars? I mean, come on now. Everybody's trying to get a championship. That's what I'm assuming. I know that's what I was always thinking when I first started playing. So, I mean, when it boils down to it, come on now. Especially in the semi-pro level when, you know, we're giving up time. Everybody knows they're giving up time, money, energy, effort, you know, away from families. We all know that. But, again, when it boils down to it, what are you playing for? I mean, it's not the ultimate prize. Just bringing it up. So, you know, again, I knew I was going to probably be stirring some controversy or whatnot, but hey, again, I had to lay this out here because got a lot of guys just want to just keep on talking about our league, talking about our team, but again, they're saying, okay, let's go and talk with your coaches, talk with your owners, get a game set up, and we welcome it too. We welcome the challenge. Just wanted to bring it up. I'll talk to you guys later.